The most dangerous secrets that threatens the existence of the USA in NEUTRALIZE versus American Online AOL Time Warner. 261 Federal Supplement 532. The USA is trying to neutralize and kill Mr. Noah to hide the secrets. In the hearing for his political asylum on January 28, 2010 at 9 a.m., you may hear Mr. Noah's live testimony of those secrets before the Finnish immigration at Koulukatu 588900, Kuhmo, Finland. For more information, please call me at 358-466-138343. Am I going to make it? Allah knows, and I am ready for His orders. The most dangerous secrets of the USA's crusade and war against Islam that threaten the existence of the USA, of which Mr. Obama said,
I make clear that America is not and never will be at war with Islam. In Ankara, I make clear that America is not and never will be at war with Islam.
Judge T.S. Ellis, in his opinion, says, the less familiar, indeed novel question whether an online chat room is a place of public accommodation under Title II. Judge T.S.E. Ellis, 3rd T.S.E. Noah, Islam versus AOL 261 Federal Supplement 2nd 532. The record clearly demonstrates that Judge T.S.E. had a serious problem with understanding simple English, and he not only transformed the court into an advocate for AOL, but also acted as an opponent against Noah, against Islam. Did TSE really make the null and void stamp of shame and inhuman opinion and order in the case of Noah, case of Islam versus AOL? On September 2nd, 1999, the USA stated to me and admitted in a court of law that it would use Osama bin Laden to F all the Muslims and F Islam. Obama cannot handle the truth or stand with it. Obama is trying to be slick when he said in Cairo, the United States is not. And that is true, very true, because it means the United States is not and will never be at war with, alongside, fighting side by side as allies with Islam against, for example, Israel. And that is a reality. Obama's statement does not mean, as the simple people thought, that Obama is saying the United States is not and will never be at war against Islam, while the USA is at full-scale war against Islam. Please see below some of the usage of the war against and not a war with. We shall see the USA stated it would use it would use Osama bin Laden to F all the Muslims, and it did it. Like here the newspaper says, some US allies question war timetable. France, Germany, Russia, and China have made it clear to the USA they will not be rushed by Washington's timetable for war against Iraq. They didn't say for war with Iraq, but they said war against Iraq, despite the threats by the White House to move against Saddam Hussein without their approval. This is from the EnglishPeopleDaily.com. Google the war against terrorism. you will not find war with terrorism. Even there is this website. I think those guys are lucky to get their website here. It says www.waragainsttheweak.com. It does not mean war with the weak. Also see the dictionary. Preposition with accompanying. I will go with you does not mean I will not go with you. It does not mean I will go against you. It means I will go with you, alongside with you. And he fought with, alongside, side by side, his brother against the enemy. You see, with his brother means ally with his brother. See the dictionary reference.com. Listen, USA, do not try to be slick when I am alive and free. One more thing, the presence of the Muslims by numbers in the USA is the USA's mother of all smoke screens to the USA's war against Islam. The Muslims in the USA are like the blood in the living body. If the Muslims leave the USA will cease to exist. It would be history. I have the legal constitutional action the Muslims could easily do to turn the USA into the books of history. The USA is at war against Islam, and Obama's statement in Cairo is anything other than the truth. Obama is either misinformed, ignorant, hostage, or knowingly and intentionally not saying the truth or trying to be slick. Obama, I used to be your neighbor in Hyde Park in 2005. Anyhow, the USA not only already admitted in its own courts of law, but also the court agreed and made the USA's admission of its war against Islam by the use of the caveman Osama bin Laden into law and reality. On August 30, 2001, I filed a novel, famous class action lawsuit against AOL. That's the case of Noah, the case of Islam versus AOL, which exposed the FBI's COINTELPRO agents who stated that the USA is going to use Osama bin Laden to attack Islam. The FBI could not find an excuse to stop my lawsuit. Therefore, it waited 5 days after the USA and its beloved ally Israel committed the crimes of the September 11, 2001, as it is prophesied in the ayah or the verse 9:11 of the Great Quran. On September 16, 2001, the FBI's COINTELPRO, without any court order, as usual with COINTELPRO covert operations, executed its first attempt on my life to stop Noah Islam versus AOL, and for other reasons I have stated in my first application for political asylum. You may ask UNHCR RFWord for a copy of my 2008 application for political asylum in Venezuela, or ask the FBI under the Freedom of Information Act, or ask Venezuela Embassy for a copy of my application, or send me an email requesting the application. The USA did obtain a copy of my first political asylum in Venezuela for the protection from the USA's persecution, and it did confront me with, when it stopped the Greyhound bus I was traveling in from Mexico into the USA's border city of Brownsville, Texas to Chicago, Illinois. The USA's first border patrol stop of the bus asked me, "Where were you born?" After asked for my ID, and I handed him my USA passport. During the second stop of the Greyhound bus, the border patrol asked me the same question, and I